First of all, there are certain principles that you have to become convinced of. Will I trust the devil, or will I trust God? And I always tell my children, I said, who's wiser than you? God. Who loves you more than you love you? God. He should be followed. He should be listened to. And one of the things you have to realize in the book of Proverbs and in other places, sexual sin is actually, if there was a sin that's segregated, that is pulled out as extraordinarily dangerous, it is sexual sin. There's indications in places in Proverbs where you don't recover. You don't recover and your reproach never leaves you. So you have got to become convinced that God's word is true. This is deadly. It will affect your soul, your psyche. It will affect you physically. It will affect everything about you and all the people around you. And it is deadly, 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 deadly. It will kill you. It will kill you. And it is more addictive than anything you could ever dream of. Any drug, it is more addictive than that. It's deadly. But young men, here's what I want you to see more than just about anything. When it comes to temptation, the book of James is probably, it's one of the standard passages, but people stop short, and I can't understand why. So it's talking about temptation, it's talking about being enticed, it's talking about lust, and lust conceived, and giving birth to sin, and sin to death, and then people stop there. But then God continues, I believe, talking about temptation. Now he's going to tell you how to defeat it. He says, be not deceived, my beloved brethren. Every good thing given and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shifting shadow. So, like when a man says, when an older man tells me, how can I strengthen myself against immorality? Well, strengthen your relationship with your wife. Make her the delight of your heart, and you're not going to have near the trouble with this. And young men say, well, that image or that type of thing, it's calling for me. Yeah, but what is that? It's a perverted counterfeit. It's digital. It's made out of paper, maybe. It's sick. And what are you trading? You see, the devil says, here it is, and if you don't take this, you have nothing. That's a lie. Your answer should be, I'm not taking this because God has that. And the only difference is I need to wait. I told my sons from the time they were young, and I usually tell young men this. They're 5, 6, 7 years old. I'll ask them, I say, so you're praying for your wife? They go, what? Well, you're 7. She's probably born. She's somewhere in the world right now. You praying for her father? That he be a good father? You praying for her to be protected from evil men? You need to act like her husband now. When guys say, well, I'm not married yet, so I can... No. There's a girl out there. And you keep yourself pure for God. You keep yourself pure for her. You act as though you're already married. You may not meet her for 20 more years, but you need to be interceding for her, praying for her protection, standing in the gap for her. And again, you need to act like a man. That's what men do. Men are protectors. And so one of the ways you overcome these offers of the counterfeit and the perverted is by faith in what God says about his character. Son, I have a plan for you. And more than likely, I have a woman for you. Wait. Because when you sin against yourself by this sexual perversion, when you sin against God, you're also sinning against her. You're sinning against her. Now, if you've fallen into this, be broken, but not broken unto despair. That's one of the ways in which the devil always wins. You see, when the devil, God will sometimes say things just as hard to you as the devil will say. How do you tell the difference? The devil says, you're this, and this, and you've done this, and this, now run from him. He doesn't want you. You're sick, you're broken, you're wrong, you're cast out. What does God say? God may speak to you even more harder than the devil. But he always ends with, now return. My mercies are new every morning. Return to me. Return to me. And that's what you need to do.